most trainers miss out on a bunch of Stardust and they have no idea. If you're serious about farming Stardust, in this video I'm going to be showing you the best farming methods, Stardust events, and huge mistakes to avoid, so make sure to watch this video until the end and leave a like if you enjoy. So Stardust is basically the currency of power in Pokemon Go. You need it for powering up Pokemon, unlocking second charge moves, trading, almost everything. That's why it's so critical to farm it smart. The first tip that I'm going to give you in this video is going to be the most simple one, and that is going to be to catch all the Pokemon that you see. A lot of people actually do not catch the Pokemon that they see just because it's not one that they want, when they really could be getting Stardust from that. So it definitely would be worth it to catch that, because all it would take is a couple spins and you would get those Pokeballs back. But the base Stardust per Pokemon catch is 100 for most wild Pokemons. For the first evolution stage, for example Ivysaur, would be 300 Stardust, and the final evolution, which would be for example Venusaur, you would get 500 Stardust for that. And if it is weather boosted, you would get another 25, with second gen and starters getting ranges from 300 to 500, and using a star piece would get you double that, which would ensure that you can use that to the full advantage and catch as many Pokemon as you want. There is also times when there will be bonus scenarios, so events that have 2 times multipliers, sometimes even 4 times multipliers, which would knock the base Stardust per catch to 400, and then you could also double that again with the star piece and have insane multipliers when these events happen. The next thing I'm going to be suggesting you is hatching a lot of eggs. I'll put what you get for these smaller egg hatches on the screen, but the main ones that we're going to be looking at are the 7, 10, and 12 kilometer eggs. The 7 getting 800 to 1600 Stardust per hatch, and the 10 kilometer egg getting 1600 to 3200 per hatch. The 12 kilometer egg getting 1600 to 3200 also, meaning you can farm these eggs by just walking around or having Adventure Sync on and farm Stardust while not even playing the game. The first catch of the day will have a 600 base XP, with the 7-day catch streak having 3000. Catching a Pokemon from Team Rocket will also have the same as the wild base, which would be 100 plus, so make sure you're catching all the Pokemon that you spot in Pokemon Go. The next tip that we're going to be talking about is the Go Battle League. Many players don't know that in the Go Battle League, at the end of the season, you actually get a load of Stardust on top of the Stardust that you already get per win, meaning if you won 3 wins per set for 20 sets and times that by 3600 Stardust, you would get a total of 216,000 Stardust for 20 sets of rewards, and that's just for the per win rewards. The end of set rewards would be the 4062 Stardust a set for 20 sets, which would be a total of 81,240 Stardust, and the per win rewards and the end of set rewards total to about 297,240 Stardust. And if you do this during a 4-time Stardust bonus event, then you are looking at 945,240 Stardust, which is just an insane amount of Stardust. So this is a very efficient way to farm Stardust over time, and not one that should be overlooked. Which, something to note is that as you climb the ranks, the Stardust rewards per win at the end of set increase. So when you first start out, it might be a little bit lower, but that's why it's worth the grind. And also, they always release events that give you extra Stardust in the events tab for just simply doing battles. So all you'll have to do is do around 100 battles and you'll be able to complete that entire special research in the event tab and get all of those Stardust rewards, ensuring you maximize that event. And there's also some seasons that offer timed research tasks that guarantee additional Stardust upon completion. And if you guys want me to make another video on the best Go Battle metas, let me know in the comments below and I can definitely get that in the works for you guys. Up next we have Adventure Sync and weekly rewards. If you look on your profile and scroll down, walking 25 or 50 kilometers weekly gives you Stardust rewards, which this would also tag along with the egg hatches for the 10 and 12 kilometer eggs doing walks. Some of the Stardust rewards that you get just for walking is going to be 5 kilometers will get you 500 Stardust, 25 kilometers will get you 1000 Stardust, 50 kilometers will get you 1500 Stardust, and 100 kilometers will get you 16,000 Stardust, which all of these rewards can be claimed on Monday every single week. So make sure you're walking and hatching your eggs, and these can also be doubled with your star piece, so make sure if you have your star pieces to use them, as they are really helpful on your grind to getting millions of Stardust in Pokemon Go. The next thing I'm going to suggest is to open gifts and complete research tasks. Some field research tasks give Stardust. Look for ones like catch 10 ice type Pokemon. Plus, opening gifts from friends can give Stardust randomly, so make sure that you're opening up your gifts every single day with your friends and maxing out that 20 gift limit, and using that 20 gift limit to your advantage every single day. You can expect around 50 to 100 Stardust per gift that you open, which would equal to around 2,000 Stardust per day and 14,000 Stardust per week. Up next we have Team Rocket, and this is a big one. Do every single grunt that you can possibly do in your area. These grunts will give you items that will allow you to get rocket radars, and with these rocket radars you can fight the leaders, Arlo, Cliff, and Sierra, which will give you 1,000 Stardust, meaning 50 grunts times 500 Stardust would equal 25,000 Stardust per day, and you can do even more if you would like and get way more Stardust, especially if you're using a star piece while doing these grunts and leaders. And keep in mind there is certain events that will give you challenges to receive super rocket radars, and these super rocket radars will lead you to Team Rocket leader Giovanni, which will always have a legendary Pokemon with him, so make sure to look up the Pokemon that he has at the time that you get a super rocket radar so you know what legendary that he has. Right now he has Shadow Dialga, so if you have any of these challenges, make sure to complete them to get yourself a super rocket radar, which will lead you to get your very own Shadow Dialga. Some bonus tips and mistakes to avoid, I would say. First, we would have don't power up random Pokemon. Only invest in Pokemon that are meta relevant or special for raids and PvP. Powering up too soon will equal wasted Stardust, and obviously reducing the amount of Stardust you spend will help you save a lot more. Another tip would be to save 7-kilometer eggs during Stardust events. These eggs sometimes give boosted Stardust when hatched, which would be perfect to sync with events and star pieces. And also stack your research task before events, save your claim rewards, and pop a star piece during a Stardust event to multiply your gains by a ton when these events arise. With these tips, you'll be swimming in Stardust faster than ever. If you have any Stardust secrets of your own, make sure to drop them in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the bell so you don't miss any future guides.